Please join Michael Voris on July 15th through 17th for a second annual weekend retreat in Bloomington, Indiana, at the grounds of the Franciscan Friars of Immaculate. The retreat's theme will be the Church Triumphant, and we'll discuss the current crisis in the church, as well as our response in charity and boldness. Please click on the link for registration details and information. God bless.
Hello everyone, and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. So, in a nutshell, here is the problem in the church in the West. Contraception is not condemned by the vast majority of bishops the way it should be, which is boldly, period. Practically every evil besetting the church these days is owing to this one single cancer. The deafening silence on the part of our shepherds has been interpreted as a wink and a nod that contraceptive sex is okay. That has caused a chain reaction, a violent reaction throughout the land of the faithful. Everything has flowed from this one act of neglect: divorce, abortion, embryonic stem cell research, homosexuality, and the attendant evils of each of those. Contraception, it now seems, was destined to become the nail in the coffin for the church in the West. The refusal to teach about it in any substantive manner by the bishops, the on-the-ground dismissal of the teaching by the hordes of priests in the parishes, the resulting widespread acceptance of it by the laity, all of this has brought down the entire house. With rare exception here and there, almost nothing is left. No one, including church leaders, can even fake surprise that homosexuality is so openly accepted by the average Catholic. This fact alone proves the absolutely dismal, horrendous job of teaching the faith that has gone on in the past, and to be blunt, is still going on. Of course, homosexuality is going to be accepted, and so-called homosexual marriage very soon after it, because for a laity largely raised on the superstitions of secular humanism, how can they see any fault with it, other than perhaps a personal gross-out factor? Once contraceptive sex is allowed, then why can't homosexual sex be allowed as well? Contraception divorces the act from its purpose, which is having children. When the mentality reigns supreme that sex doesn't have to do with procreation, then it's Nelly bar the doors. The reasonable but unconvincing arguments that homosexual couples, men or women, don't or can't love each other or aren't interested in children, just don't cut it. Don't waste your breath making an appeal to matters of taxation either, or increased pension costs, or health care costs, or any other financial or economic arguments. In the end, two men or two women can be just as in love, meaning a feeling, as one man and one woman. Marriage was, once upon a time, considered a vocation, a commitment of one's life. Now, it's just a lifestyle that two people share based on their sexual complementarity. This is because of contraception. The contraceptive mentality has destroyed more than just the understanding of marriage. It has corrupted the very practice of marriage, how it is lived in the real world. So now, today, the culture, the same culture in which Catholics live and breathe, has been prepared, has been prepped to see marriage as just an arrangement built around sex and emotion where assets are lumped together and the whole thing might or might not have something to do with children. With that new definition or understanding of marriage, why can't two gays or lesbians get married? Seriously. If it isn't called a sin, if the underlying contraceptive mentality that supports this perverted sense of marriage isn't attacked at the root, then there really is nothing for the bishops to say. It's no use saying, marriage is a good thing and let's keep it that way, when so many people no longer see marriage the way the Catholic Church does. And the reason they don't is because too many bishops and too many priests simply will not call a spade and a sin a sin. When they give up that vocabulary, which is the truth, and start trafficking in the language and vocabulary of the world, they may as well stay silent, finish gathering up the collections from the few remaining elderly people sitting in the pews, and turn out the lights when the last one dies. The reason our blessed Lord gave the shepherds such incredible authority is for them to use it. Failing this, we get all the evils that come upon us. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.
Please help us keep delivering these kinds of messages that so desperately need to be heard and acted on. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber. Become immersed in the faith established by Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church is the only hope against evil because that is its God-given mission. As our Lord said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber and come to learn and love Christ more deeply.